Good morning, folks. It is July the 11th. It's a little after 10 o'clock and already above 90 degrees. We have a heat advisory out today, so today is going to be a very slow day for me. I just have a tendency to lose my breath when it gets that hot, and so there's nothing that I know of that's really pressing for me to be out in this kind of weather. One of the turmerics that I had got from a fellow in Hawaii has already sprouted. That's the fastest thing I've ever seen sprout of the turmeric. I'm very pleased with it. Some of my bee leaf here is catching hold of the cords and starting to climb up, and I'm pleased with that. And this is the regular turmeric and the white turmeric, and I now have turmeric with this one. Was the last one in all 9 pots that I put the white turmeric has sprouted out, and so I believe I will be blessed with turmeric. And in the little sales that I was doing, I was selling some cuttings and I was selling some stumps, and in some cases I sold more cuttings than stumps, and it's still going on. If anybody wants some of these stumps, whenever they're cut off, I can pack some in the box for them and message me and we could talk about it, or I can sell some more cuttings. And they're sprouting out really well. These were the stumps that I had cut back as an experiment to demonstrate just how well they could come back out. I think this will be I did it on the 15th, so they're nearly a month now, with today being the 11th. And whenever I took my cuttings the other day and filled up my rooting boxes, I had cut some here where I could walk down through it. And since I've got back to using the Spray and Grow and some other mineral additives, the calcium and everything, I am getting a really beautiful color, and everything is just taking off growing. And you can see here what I'm talking about with the humidity at damn near 50% and the temperature already at 110. Can't be in here for long, but the plants seem to love it. As long as you keep the water poured to them so they don't dehydrate, they love the high humidity and are just growing to beat the band. I forget how tall this is. I'm right at 6 foot, and so it's still a ways over my head, so 6.5 foot or so. And I keep breaking branches whenever I'm dragging the hose through here and walking through here, and I broke one the other morning whenever I was getting plants to fill in order, and just stuck the branch in the box for the folks. I don't know if they care to root it or eat the leaves or do whatever, but that's what I did with it. American Beauty berries are growing wild, so much of it that I'd potted up to share out is going to get too big to go in a box the way it's going. I've got buds all over my miracle fruit plants and have seen quite a few berries. They're easier to see once they turn red. Like I say, if you watch some of the videos previously, some of the plants, the coloration on them wasn't as good as it is now, and with the iron and magnesium and calcium and all that I'm throwing at them. Even though beetle leaf over there is sure turned a beautiful green. And I've still been trying to package up some of these that are, I believe, I meant to bring my yardstick out with me and measure, but I think these are over 2 foot, and I've still been trying to pack those into boxes for people. But before long, I'll end up cutting them back to be stumps. My mango tree is still growing well, even though I never have gotten around to repotting it. Still getting a few mulberries on my trees. Rufat H here is just really doing well. I love the good color in that. And got the first little black fruit down in there of the curry tree. And anyway, the green malaise here, I had, once I got it where it had a good color back to it, I took the most cuttings off of it that I have ever done. 114 is what I put down, and now it is coming back with more branches and will thicken up, and I'm happy of that. The big Rufat H here has been really slow, but it had gotten into really bad shape. But it is coming back. It is putting on new color. And I'm going to go through on the other side. But I did quite a few of the Rufat H too. So it's 558 cuttings, which I did some. 54 were the variegated bougainvillea up there, and 114 of the Yaba mates. But down in here you could really see the discoloration from the lack of minerals that I've been adding, and now you don't see that. I have some beautiful green growth. There's still 1 or 2 that have some discoloration, but most of it is really coming out. And I forget just how tall this greenhouse is. It's around 14 foot. And so you see all up in the top there, which on that pillar down there, that ladder standing there is at 6 foot, and so, and then it drops off where I am even more. But anyway, got some really nice large plants. I keep hoping that I'll see some seed pods, some flowers before long on some of them. That I've tried not to cut any of the bigger ones to see if they would bloom, and none have so far, but I'm still hopeful. Season's still young. Have more turmeric. Have a lot of weeds in my moringa, but it still has good color. And here's some seed pods. Little cratums here. These are ones I have been trying to treat them with some of the minerals and everything, and they look better now than they did, but still, it's whenever it's with the heat like it is, I went back with the little disc sprinkler hose over there, and that's untreated water, but they've got bunches of new growth. But then, so I don't, like I said, I don't understand how the rest of them can be so pretty and all, and then there's one right in the middle of everything that is funky. These are the Yablomates. And with the cuttings, the 114 of them that I did, the leaves that I saved was right at 2 pounds, nearly a kilo. And what I had bought that was already cured, I didn't like it and I gave it away. And last year, whenever I was doing the cuttings, I had saved some and I decided to try some of my own cured, and I liked it a lot better than what I had bought. So I guess it's kind of like with coffee, different brands taste different. And somebody had mentioned to me after it had dried, toasting it in the oven a little bit, and so I may try that with some that I have this year. And have several of the sweet potatoes that are just really bulging up in the pots down here. So pretty sure I got some sweet potatoes down in there coming along. The elephant garlic I've moved up here. I've been saying for this whole week that they've all about died back now, and that I was going to dump the pots and see just what all is in there. And the same with the ice potatoes that I saved the eyes off of whenever I was cooking, but just haven't got it done. May get out here in the reckoning and get the wheelbarrow and dump them and see what's what. I've got an unwelcome friend there eating on my hibiscus. See if I can catch him. Well, I ain't gonna chase him and break things, so he's just fortunate enough that he'll get away for right now. And I'm pretty much back where I started, and so with that I'm gonna end this and get on with a little bit of stuff that I'm gonna do. Blessings, everyone. Wash your hands.